ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಏನು
Hari Om. We'll start recording. Okay.
ಅಲ್ಲ
Hari Om.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಐಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇವಾಗ. Okay.
Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. So please welcome everyone to this session of Upadesa Saram Manana. So we will start with prayer on Ramana Maharshi. Who wants to chant this? Please put up your hand. Yaar bekaru, anyone can chant. Anyone?
I'll do it.
Huh?
I can do it, Purvali.
All right. Carry on.
Antaryascha bahirvidutatimiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam ajnanamunmulayan pashyan vishvam apidham ullasatiyo vishwasya pare para तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः.
Very good. All right. So we have covered quite a lot of ground. With this, we are in the middle of it rather, and we shall share some of the. We shall share the shlokas. So we have to start with number 16 or 17?
16.
16. Okay. So before that 16, we were going through Nashtamanasa Utkrishta Yoginaha Krutyamastikim Swastitim Yataha. So that was the shloka we went through. So what is the duty of a Gnani? Just to recall. Does the Gnani have any duties? Anta, that was the question. What do you think?
Duty as such, no duty, but generally he works for the local Kalyana.
He is not bound by any do's and don'ts like other, like us or normal mortals, usual mortals. He is not bound by you have to do, which is called Nitya Karma, Naimitika Karma, Nishiddha Karma, don't do this. None of that work for are applicable to a Gnani. So a beautiful example is given. When we wake up from a dream, in a dream we have a lot of things to do. Say, suppose, I was dealing with a number of people in my dream. When I wake up from the dream, what is my duty towards those people? Nothing. Just like that. Suppose a person had a dream in which I had married another man. On waking up, can I behave as if it's a fact? I won't. I will laugh and leave it. So,
but in Purnimaji, you generally tend to feel bad about it.
What? Bad what? Bad about what?
Bad dream or a nightmare or whatever.
Nightmare. Because in the subtle body would have gone through all the feelings. Subtle body would have gone through all those, bhaya, everything will have happened. That the subtle body's fears will be reflected on the physical body also. In your dream also you sweat and all that. But once you wake up, see, why do I feel bad about a nightmare? Because I'm scared it will come true or something like that. Some association which is utterly false. A dream is a dream. No? Is
okay.
That Rajini? Why do we feel bad about a nightmare?
Nightmare or a dream, in the sense we feel bad even when we get up. So we feel, oh, this was not the right thought. Although the thought has got nothing to do with, but still, that is where when it comes, when the mind has to be pure.
Mind has to understand.
Achha.
But a dream is a dream, drop it. That's all. And about nightmares especially, it is said in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad that our little prarabdhas are washed away in a nightmare.
Yeah.
Something big which was supposed to happen to you in your waking state is wiped away or reduced in a nightmare. In that form, because of Guru's grace, it will come and go. So be happy if you have a nightmare. Done and dusted. Whatever fear you had to feel is done, and you're.
Yeah, that's very clear explanation, Purnima, because this is the point I also wanted to raise along with Rajani, what she had raised. These nightmares, not only nightmares, something sad and other things will happen. Of course, for happy, we don't bother about all those things. For some sad things or some repeated things, when such things happen, then why it comes, why it should happen to me in the dream, why it is like this. So this answer, clearing away the prarabdha, it is very much given in the Upanishad itself. So
Prabhuji has also mentioned.
I know. Because for me, actually, personally, also I had asked a specific question about this when in the satsang. And because my personal experiences were like that, so he had given a very clear explanation. I will tell Guruji even now that no, nothing now bothers. Whatever kind of things dream may come, now it doesn't bother. When that this particular thing, Upanishad itself has stated, this is very, it's giving more clarity for us
and
to be away from that.
And forget about the dream, even the waking dream, we should treat it as such. That's all. That is the whole point.
Okay.
Waking dream also, you treat it as a regular dream.
At least what has happened is we are able to face the things. We are able to face the things now. We will not be, why it happened? No.
Yes.
Now at least we know we are facing the situation and taking the action accordingly. All Guru's grace, nothing else.
All Guru's grace. Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Shri Prabhuji. Indra and Padmaja, I think. 17. You want to chant and start? Yes.
16, no, Primaji.
16.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. Dṛśyavāritaṃ cittamātmanaḥ Cittvadarśanaṃ tattvadarśanam.
Dṛśyavāritaṃ cittamātmanaḥ Cittvadarśanam tattvadarśanam. When attention is withdrawn from the objects and focused exclusively on the self, truth is revealed.
Superb. Yes.
Here, the shloka is mainly on if one turns their attention away from the external objects and focuses on the inner self, they can attain liberation.
Okay.
And the key points here is focusing on the self and turning inwards and the path to liberation. Here it emphasizes the practice of self-inquiry by directing one's awareness inward to the source of consciousness. And the focus on the self is like it encourages the practitioner to shift their focuses from the external sensory experiences to the inner self, which is considered the true essence of being. By withdrawing the attention from external objects and directing it towards the self, one can experience a state of deep self-awareness. The inward focus is seen as a key practice for achieving liberation from the cycle of rebirth and suffering. Here mainly it is focused on we always think we get happiness from the external objects, but that is not the real truth. It is always the happiness is coming from the inner self. That is the nature of our own self. There is one story which can be I think it matches with the verse. The dog likes to eat the bone. It keeps chewing, and with that, the bone pokes its flesh, and the blood starts coming from its own mouth only. And it tastes the blood and feels the taste is from the bone. So it always thinks the taste is from the bone, not from its own self. From its own blood.
Correct.
So that is the case. We think when we do something, we get happiness. And it is not. Happiness is not from doing the thing. Happiness comes from our own self.
Correct. Yes. So how to withdraw this mind? Anyone wants to be a Padmaja also has to share.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll all discuss.
Purnima, I'm actually outside Purnima. It will take some time for me to go home.
Never mind. Okay, fine. Anyone else wants to pitch in with this? How can the mind itself become consciousness? Become is a wrong word. Mind, everything is consciousness only. But still, the mind as we know it, I cannot call it as my consciousness. It's an object. Mind is an object or not?
Yes, because
Yeah.
we can see the mind.
So how can the mind, how can an object become consciousness? See, Dṛśyavāritaṃ. That means, Dṛśya means that which is seen. That is which is seen is objects. Varitam, withdrawing from the objects. Cittamātmanaḥ, the mind on its own accord. Atmanaḥ means on its own, the mind on its own. When the mind is not seeing the objects, on its own, the mind, what will it see? Cittvadarśanam. It has a vision of consciousness, which is nothing but tattvadarśanam. It is the vision of reality. Atmadarshanam. What? Atmadarshanam. What is that shloka that Prabhuji makes us tell?
So Purnimaji,
Brahmadarshanam.
Brahmadarshanam.
Brahmadarshanam,
Satyadarshanam.
Satyadarshanam.
That's what happens. It all starts with the mind. Yes, Rajini, you were saying something.
yeah, there is a question over here. So what you're saying, how to focus exactly? So
How
by
does the
withdrawing,
mind become consciousness? That's what he's saying.
how does the mind become consciousness?
Ah,
So the thing is that you're saying withdrawing it from the objects.
yeah.
But when in the waking world, we have objects all around us. So when you say withdrawing, what do you understand by that withdrawing? There is activity going on in the house. There are people, their actions, their activities are also going on. Everything is going on. So when we say withdrawing from the objects, what do we understand by that? And how do we withdraw from that in the waking state, especially?
Yes.
Can I pitch in?
Yes, everyone can pitch in. Yes.
Okay. So here, the mind, how to understand that mind is pure or whatever. We have to come out of the kartrutva, bhoktritva, jnatritva. So once we are not the doer and not the seer, seen, and the other one, so then and the doership, if you give up that doership, and that mind will become pure, and that consciousness will be. It is more easy for a mind to be inward, and the attention will be drawn to inward, and self is realized.
Correct. That is Chitta Shuddhi process. But here we are asking, correct, Lakshmiji, whatever you said. But how to, even you're waking, you're cooking. So how do you go back to consciousness when you're cooking?
Exactly. That's what I just meant to say, the doership. Okay, you are doing the work, you are focusing completely on the work, whatever you are doing. But in the mind, it is Ishwararpitam. Something, whatever you are doing, it is Ishwararpitam. So that concentration itself is that, you can say that that focus itself is a consciousness. Because you're not working on anything else. You are working on only one, and which you are very much sure that you are not the doer.
Okay.
Okay, so that is my understanding.
Very good, very good, very good. Anyone else wants to pitch in? How can the mind itself? Yes, Anupama.
It is my experiments, Purnimaji.
Yes.
So how we can get ourselves into Sakshi Bhava, like if I am cooking, taking the example, see, this cooking is done by Anupama. When I look like that, it is a different thing. Totally.
Correct. Distance is created immediately.
So Anupama is not feeling tensed or agitated, not in a hurry, not in a suspicion whether it is coming good or bad, nothing. Just looking into what is happening. That's all.
Even if Anupama is anxious and suspicious, that also you have to see. Also the Sakshi will
when I look like that, there is no tension or agitation happening, because it is being done by that person.
Oh, sweet. Correct, yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
So that is practical application. Very good.
So what do I understand by this is,
Ah,
When Anupama is doing a thing, she detaches herself. So she takes Anupama doing, and even if there are any doubts, everything coming, so that is coming to Anupama. She is not relating herself with Anupama. That is the thing.
correct. Sakshi is not Anupama.
Okay.
Sakshi Bhava is not Anupama.
But that is okay, fine. But
Hmm.
suppose there are some doubts or whatever it is coming, at least we have to clear that also at that particular level.
No,
What
you
doubt?
just observe. When you observe it over a period, there will be no questions only.
No doubts.
You become aware of, yes, this is the game played by mind. It is just trying to keep a full hat on you. But I am not that mind, right? That we will try to understand that happens.
Nice. Chaji. Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Heli.
may
Yes, please share.
actually this shloka is the essence of the Vṛttayastvahaṃ that we discussed in the previous
Correct. It is the essence of Dṛśyavāritaṃ.
It is essence complete. The Dṛśyavāritaṃ is captured in this one shloka.
Correct. Identify yourself as the Drik.
Yes.
Your big self. Small self is Dṛśya.
Yes.
BMI is Dṛśya.
Yes.
Anything that's going on in this little mind of mine and the activities of this body of mine is Dṛśya. So what is mind? Mind is what is mind? Okay, what is the definition of mind?
Bundle of thoughts.
Yes. Thought plus thought plus thought plus thought plus thought. That is what is mind. So this thought has two components. What is that? Two components. Thought has an object and you're aware of the object. Two things are happening here, isn't it? There is awareness and there's an object. There is an object and there's an awareness of an object. Therefore, mind is equal to what? Awareness plus object plus object plus object plus object plus object. Alva? It's all nothing. Mind is nothing but awareness of the objects around me. So what shall I do? I have to remove from that equation, I remove the object. Only awareness remains. Awareness plus object is a thought. So what does Sakshi Bhava do? It removes the object from the equation and it remains as itself. So, mana by itself, mana eva karanam manushyanam bandha moksha yoho. This is the first shloka of Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Mana eva karanam, your mind, you, it's all dunya meri muthi mein, jeb mein, whatever, it's all in my hands, how I deal with, my own mind also. So, when I'm dealing with the world, whenever possible, of course, like Lakshmi said, completely involved in the action. That's what happens. When I'm not involved in the action, suppose I'm at an airport or a railway station or a metro station or going in a car, what should I do? I have to practice this. Forget the name and form and just concentrate on awareness. Rupa and Nama, keep them aside. And concentrate on awareness, Sakshi Bhava.
Ma'am, I just want to extend what Anupama ma'am just now said. I think there is a hidden beauty lies there. Whatever she said, when one tries to see the content of the mind, generally what we do, we identify with what is happening inside the mind.
Right.
We and the objects of the mind get submerged.
Correct.
When one tries to witness or see what is happening in the mind, there is a natural separation happens. Natural intuitive distancing happens. So there is a seer and the seen. The content of mind becomes object, and the what is the seer there? That division is now the seer is consciousness itself.
which is the only seer there is.
Yes. So when this division happens, distancing happens, whatever is happening in the mind is not happening to me. It is happening to the mind, because mind is an object now. Thought is an object now.
Yes. And you don't even worry about the content,
Yes. Yes.
This watching your content, watching your thought, it's very distracting. You try to get carried away with the thought. Don't do it. Just watch that. Just, get behind the thought, who is watching the thought. That's the whole methodology of Ramana's who am I method.
Yeah, like we can also say, watching the mind as you are. Sometimes some thought comes, some object triggers some thought. Okay, it happens to everyone, I believe. Okay,
Yes.
so then what will happen? Something get triggered, but what was the trigger and all, we will not be knowing. And then, from my personal experience, I would be wondering why this particular thought came when there is no connection as of now for this particular thought, why it has come. So what I do, I go back to from where it came. Why did it come? Oh, this I got this thought. That's why this came. So then finally, then I will get the thought. Was it necessary? Why this particular thought came? Just leave it. So that depth the thought. Finish. So, but anyhow, what happens to me is I go to the source. Why that particular thought came? Okay, then I somehow even now it is like that. Till I get that source of the thought and get clarified myself, I won't leave that. Why it came? Why it came? It should not. I know.
That's also a lot of mind chakkar, alva.
Yeah, that is what that has to go. That has to go.
Don't go behind. Don't worry about the content at all. Don't worry about the content.
Yes, correct. I should do that.
Waste of time, no.
Yeah, after
It's an
establishing, I will
intellectual
keep
exercise you're doing unnecessarily.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct.
Then
Thank you very much.
Then where is the question of pure mind? Then why should we even use the word pure mind? There is no need for it. As long as we are able to drop it, fine. Then
yes, correct. See, you can do the dishes very mindfully, or you can do it mechanically. Mechanically also the dishes get pure. Okay, mechanically also if you wash the dishes, they'll become clean only. So don't worry about catching each thought and purifying it. No need.
No, not the purifying. But a beautiful mind, it is thoughtlessless, and it will have a beautiful. Naturally, we tell ourselves, okay, these hands are for service.
Correct.
These, the legs are to go to the right place. So we tune our mind to that. But there are times when we get a negative thought. Then we start questioning, oh, why is that still an impurity?
Yes,
that is
exactly,
the thing.
Rajani, that when we get those negative thoughts, no, why question comes. And then, as you said, as I said, that observation of thought is the only way that is required, not required, is the way of taking it out. Taking it out.
It's good that we are observing, we are identifying a negative thought. Instead of going into wide again, again that eye is being strengthened. Okay. So let's not do that. If you believe in some Ishtadeva God, just tell in the mind, God, I got this negative thought, I'm putting it at your feet. Do it what you want and move on. Finish.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And one more thing recently I've started following is Purnimaji, no asking why.
No asking why.
Whatever thought comes or whatever this, no asking
Best
why.
thing.
There's no answer for why. There is no answer for why. So just leave it. Just how Purnimaji says, just if it is too disturbing, just pray to God and say, you take care of it. If it is very light, leave it. I don't even tell that to God also.
Yes, it's there in the back of the mind. Yes. That's right.
And the one recent, I just heard Eka told talk, just a small reel in the YouTube. He said he was diagnosed with cancer. And the doctor said only to 6 months or 1 year he'll be alive. And he says already he was in awareness. After that thing, each and every moment, he said he was in the presence. Presence, and he can feel the awareness in each and every cell of his body. And that was self-healing for him. But listening to such things, it goes beyond our understanding and beyond our sometimes it's confusing. We don't know how it will be, being in awareness to that extent.
I know, just to listen to that also and to have an inkling of what it is also is a great blessing. No doubt about it. Very nice. So that running behind negative thoughts, it's like, again, go back to the dream example. If I get if I do something bad in the dream, I don't come back and I cannot write it also. I need not also, just drop it. Anyway, I can't go back to the dream and do anything about it. So what the thought has occurred, it's done and dusted, drop it there itself. It's garbage. Don't watch the content. When I'm looking at the ocean, either I can look at the waves. Oh, this is a night pattern. Oh, this is a big wave. This is this small wave. Or I can look at just the water like that. So let us practice just looking at the big picture, the water. Forget the name and form. This is what all the masters have been telling us. Forget name and form. Deal with things as name and form, of course, in the transactional world, but don't go behind it too much. So in the Gita also, I have noted down a beautiful shloka which says, Yada sanharate chayam kurmongani vasarvashah Indriya arthebhyaha indriyani arthebhyaha tasya prajna pratishtita. One who is able to withdraw the senses from the objects. How? Like a kurma, like a tortoise which withdraws into the limbs into its shell. When there is a danger, it will withdraw its limbs into a shell. That is the example given by Bhagavan Krishna. So whenever I feel threatened by my own thoughts, drop them, withdraw and go inside. That's all. So the main entity to be treated as an object is what? The mind. There are hundreds of objects in the world, but the one object that has to be treated as an object, which I don't treat as an object, is the mind. My mind. So with this shloka, Ashtanga Yoga is culminated, because Ashtanga Yoga is all about playing with the body and the mind and the breath. Okay. Now Ramana goes to the next step. What does he say? And who is going to share the knowledge about this? 18 number yaar heltira?
17th.
17.
One ahead yako. ठीक है, 17. Mānasaṃ tu kim mārgaṇe.
Can I start, Purnima?
Naiva Mānas. Start, Anupama.
Mānasaṃ tu kim mārgaṇe kṛte Naiva Mānasaṃ mārga ārjavāt. When one inquires, what is the mind? He finds out that there is no mind. This is the direct path to reality. So far, what is mind and how to control mind, how mind and breath and the body, everything is connected, all those things discussed. Now, actually, he has come to a point to say that there is no mind. So I think this is the starting of Jnana Marga.
Yes.
So Mānasaṃ tu kim mārgaṇe kṛte. So he says that there is no mind at all when we start to inquire what is mind, because it is not an organ, we cannot find it. But actually everybody is behind the mind. We have to control mind. We have to only put only positive thoughts in mind. All these things are happening. But Ramana Maharishi says that it is like drawing in the air. There is nothing called mind only. Simply a topic is discussed more and more and people are going behind it. So when you start to inquire, what is this mind? It will actually drop because there is no mind. And this is a direct path for everybody. And that is the reality. And we should not, I think, we should not directly come to this question. There is no mind. What is that? Because we are in different stages of life. with a different what to say responsibilities. So
Right.
three parts he has discussed. So when
Yeah.
like from japa, then we will come to selfless action, karma yoga, then bhakti yoga, then we will come to this state of what this state in the sadhana.
Sadhana.
So directly we cannot start inquiring what is this mind. Oh, there is no mind. That will gradually come here.
Correct. So right now we can only discuss about it. Yeah. Very nice. Who else has to share on this? Rajni?
18th, I have to do it.
Shaila.
Shaila. Yes, Shaila.
As Anupama explained, like even seeker and a gnani both has minds with thoughts, bundle of thoughts. But in gnani's point of view is always from the pureness. Like if we give the example, water and the wave.
Correct.
So we go to the source. It is water.
Yes.
That's
Correct.
So there is no mind at all, only pure consciousness.
Right. Only pure consciousness. So this has to come only from understanding, Intellectual understanding is the beginning. Mana eva karanam. You have to use the mind as an instrument. Diamond cuts diamond. No? Anyone else wants to pitch in with this direct path? Mānasaṃ tu kim? What is the mind? Mārgaṇe kṛte. When you inquire about it, Naiva Mānasaṃ. We realize that there is no mind at all. Mārga ārjavāt. This is the directness of the path. This is the ārjavāt, direct, straightforward path. Mārga. Anyone else? Any more thoughts on this? So this is Ramana's favorite. He is famous for this method. He says, if a snake comes inside the house, how will we react? Very scared. We'll go rush, get a stick, and we will, get a stake or call the snake chuck or get on a cupboard and sit and, lot of activity if a snake comes into the house. But Ramana says, just stare at the snake. It will go away, slink away. So the mind is the snake. The thought is the snake, says Ramana. Don't worry. See, this is the answer for the previous questions also. What shall I do with a negative thought? Just stare at it. Just look at it directly. Don't own it up. It'll just go away, is what Ramana says. And this is also the method of vipassana. Whatever it comes, just watch it and it will go away. Anicca. Has anyone done vipassana course here? 10 days course. You just sit there for 10 days. You are cut off from the world. No mobile, nothing. And you're not supposed to talk to anyone. Just silence. And you're sitting there and you're watching the mind, and watching the sensations of the body. The body and mind is to be watched. This was Buddha's favorite methodology as well. And when we go on noticing, what happens is, you come to understand that you don't have to do immediately anything about anything. There is an itch. Immediately we try to do something about it. Don't, because you watch it. The itch will come and it will go away. That's all. It's a sensation which is arising and subsiding in consciousness. A thought is also a thought, a vritti of the mind. It arises and it goes away. The goes away part is most important. But we will not let it go away. We cling to it. So, anybody has done Vipassana course here to share the understanding about how this method works? Then you will come to this understanding there is no mind at all. It's simply a play on consciousness. Everything, all sensations, all thoughts, everything, the body, the outside, inside, This too shall pass. Big letters we have to write, you know, inside us. This too shall pass. Nothing is permanent. So I had
you ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ವಿಪස්සನಾ course?
Yes. I was just sharing. Yes, I have gone to this Vipassana course, but not after Vedanta. Before Vedanta, I have gone, and it was a very, very, very disturbing,
Yeah, Purnimaji, I was about to tell this. Somebody who does not have the understanding might be very difficult for them.
It is very
If we
difficult.
associate with our mind, then we are really, it will be a very
Now,
difficult.
if we go, we'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, correct.
But still, even in my ignorance, my intention was good. No, I wanted to get something good out of it. So I went. My kids were also very small. I had left them and I had gone. And it was quite tough for the first 1 or 2, 3 days. That silence, and you're not able to see what we do. Throughout the day, we talk, and we throw out so much garbage, actually, to be very frank. You don't collect it. You just talk it out and it's out of you. When you don't talk, it all gets built up in the head. A full pressure cooker. Yeah. And it takes some time to get a hang of it. Then actually after 3-4 days, you settle down with the method. That's why they have given 10 days, I think. After 3-4 days,
This was from Prabhuji only, Vipassana.
No. Vipassana is a methodology of
No, not from Prabhuji.
Buddha has started this Vipassana course.
Actually, as Rajini said, it will be better always to go after having some knowledge like this. Otherwise, no, and so many commitments will be there at home, everything, that even if you are silent, those thoughts will only be coming. Oh, after going back, I have to do this, I have so much is pending, this, that, and all.
Yes.
So once you have the knowledge, you have this Vedanta knowledge, and then go there, at least you will be peaceful. And you would have made all arrangements before only, so that you will not make any, it will not be disturbed.
Correct. But after
disturbing for you.
You don't really require it, that is also there.
Correct.
After you have reached a certain understanding in your intellectually, you don't really require it. But
it is also, yes, of course, I do agree with that. But some time it will be nice if you go for that once in a while. I have not undergone.
Prabhuji himself has gone. Continuously for last
so many times he has gone.
Yes, he's gone many times. Supposed to encourage people to join him. Basically, he doesn't
join and observe silence for 10 days.
Observe silence. As I was telling you, my experience after 3-4 days, I actually settled down to that process.
Wow.
Actually able to watch the breath and actually watch the sensations and understand what is being implied, because you have talks also which give you the pointers. And then after 10 days, it was very difficult to come back to normal interaction with everyone, and a lot of energy, fresh, all that happened. But we should.
Many people go frequently.
Many people go frequently.
Purnima, thoughts, I agree, you can drop it. But how about the feelings attached to the thoughts? They linger.
Emotions.
Feelings.
Emotions
linger. How to give it up?
Same. It's a snake, but stare at it. It has a snake that has entered your house. Don't get flustered. Don't do anything. Just stare at it. All animals, no? If you're still, they just slink away. They don't do anything. Even tiger ugly, elephant ugly, whatever it is, you just stare at them calmly. They'll just go. Because our activity makes them restless, makes them agitated, basically. So that is the example given by the masters. It's like just don't do it. Just, you said, what do I do with the feeling? Which feeling? I'm restless. Then drop it and tell God. Okay, if you have to do something with your mind, involve God in it. Bring God into the equation. Ishta Devata, whoever it is. Krishna, nange tale kettogta ide, you take care of it. Krishna, nanage dukha agta ide, you take care of it. That works. That is why bhakti is very important. That's the starting point of dissociating oneself with one's emotions and feelings and thoughts. Just give it to Krishna. Take it, or Guru. That's what, no, that pranayama method Guruji has given. Give all your feelings and give it as pranahuti to me, Sadguru, here. Guru in the Agna Chakra and, Shiva, all that he says, isn't it? Indra, Anupama. That's
Freedom
what.
from thoughts.
Freedom from thoughts. You have to offer everything to the Guru or your Ishtadevata. That you have to remember. Don't get carried away with the feelings, the emotions, or whatever it is. As far as possible, remember it and do it. That's all.
Ma'am, about Vipassana,
Yeah.
is it like involuntary chitta vikshepa to voluntary chitta vikshepa and subsequently, eventually, chitta ekagrata?
There is no ekagrata. There is just quietness which will settle down. You don't focus on anything. That is the Buddha was against focusing on anything. He is a Shunyavadi. There is nothing to focus on. First, you focus on your breath, that Anulom Vilom, that is done. And then it becomes natural. Then you focus on the sensations of the body, focus on the mind, be mindful of it. Then you understand that it all is arising and falling, and then that also you drop. Then you focus on your thoughts. And then that is the whole method is like that only. Because there is no one place that the mind can stay. That's why he gives the methodology of you have to start from the top of the head and it's like paint each and every cell of your body with your awareness. It's a very beautiful process. Actually, when you start doing it, it's very lovely. You imagine you have taken a paintbrush and you have started painting each and every organ and cell and every portion, complete 3D. And then you come down to the feet and your entire body is tingling with awareness. Tingling, prana shakti, full. Very nice. And with that only, that energy only, your aches and pain go away. And your mind has no time to think about any nonsense because it's very busy. That's another methodology that give your mind something specific to do. Then it will be. That's why we keep the children also occupied. No, do this, do that. Otherwise, they'll run around like monkeys. So we are also doing the same. We are engaging the mind in Vedanta. Give the mind something elevating to do. That's the trick to make it quiet. Ashte.
So it sounds like practical Panchakosha Viveka.
Yes, it is practical Panchakosha Viveka. Very effective if you do it properly. After I came back from the workshop, of course, for a few months I sustained. Of course, it drops. Something else will attract you. Very nice methodology. Even now, you can fall back on it if you want to. And Sudarshana Kriya. That also, see, I'm sure most of us have done everything and finally come to Vedanta. I don't know about others, but I have done that. So everything has got a limited bandwidth. Anything you take, but Vedanta sustains. Ultimately, it's the understanding which helps. Okay, 18. What's the time? 18, Madana? Yes. Shall I read it once?
You read it once and I'll repeat after.
Vṛttayastvahaṃ vṛttimāśritāḥ Vṛttayo mano viddhyahaṃ manaḥ. Yes.
Vṛttayastvahaṃ vṛttimāśritāḥ Vṛttayo mano viddhyahaṃ manaḥ. So in the last shloka, when we are talking about what exactly is
meaning. Mind is nothing but...
Okay, sorry. Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. These thoughts, they depend upon the I thought alone. Hence, the mind is nothing but this I thought.
Ultimate this is, yes.
Ultimate, yes. So actually, when the last shloka, it was saying what is mind? Then it was saying mind is no thought. There is no mind actually. But now when we have come to the nitty-gritty of what exactly is the mind, so when we look into it, then we realize that mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. Now, each one has its own bundle. Now, where does this bundle come from? This bundle, if you see the background to this bundle of thoughts is the I thought. It's me. So when this is me, which is BMI, then everything related to the BMI, to this particular body, me and mine, that is my bundle of thoughts. And so, but I have to understand here, I am not even that BMI. So when there is no BMI, there is no thoughts. So where is the mind? So it is coming to that particular place where we come to there is no mind. Because why there is no mind? Because there is no BMI. The only thing that is, it is the consciousness or the sakshi. So I have ultimately come to the sakshi. Because each one, if we see hamari apni dunya hai, like each one of us have our own world, and that world is nothing but me and mine, and that is my thought. When I'm not even that, then who is this me? When there is no me, there is no mind itself actually. More than my me thought, it is mine thought. My people, my folks, are they happy? Whatever it is. But if I am not there, who is there? Who is my child? Who is my family?
Indeed.
So when I come, yeah. Huh?
Deep
so
sleep.
there is, yeah, deep.
Correct.
In deep sleep, we do not, yes.
Yeah, nothing is there in deep sleep. No, I thought. Therefore, there is no me and mine also. Correct. Yes, Rajni. Anybody else share thoughts on this? I thought.
The cause of
What a troublesome thing this I thought is.
I thought.
The first thing that comes up when I wake up from sleep is I thought. Actually, we ask, who am I? Immediately, it may be a millisecond before you completely gather your thoughts. But first, there'll be children also, when they wake up, you see there'll be some dazed look in their eyes. They will, what is happening? I'm sure they'll be thinking, I don't even know if they're thinking.
Go to school.
Yeah, my grandson asks, even school idya, he will ask, every day he will ask. But before that, there's that blankness. Where am I? Who am I? Like a memory loss person, we will also ask ourselves, who am I? That is where we have to continue with that who am I thought the entire day. Anyone wants to pitch in for more explanation for this? Very beautiful explanations are there pending. Vṛttyaha tu aham. Know that all the thoughts are about the I thought. Each and every thought is about me, I thought. Vṛttimāśritāḥ. And therefore, every thought is dependent on this I thought. Every thought is dependent on this I thought. Vṛttayo manaḥ. The mind is a bundle of these I thoughts. Viddhyahaṃ manaḥ. Know that I thought to be them. Know that the I thought itself is the mind. The mind itself is the I thought. Because nothing goes, without that, nothing starts. That is the ignition for the flow of thoughts to start. The I thought. I and the, body-mind complex. So,
yes, I was about to say that. So this I thought, why those thoughts comes means because identified that I is identified with only body-mind complex. So because of that, so many thoughts will come. So that
duality starts with duality. There's a separation when I identify myself with my body, with mind.
Yes.
Okay, with separation, with duality, everything else.
Yes.
So, Purnamaji, there is one more thing. The more the person is into body consciousness, then he's much deeper into I thought, much deeper into the thought.
Yes.
Then, so if the body consciousness itself is gone, or it becomes little less over this thing with the study of the Vedanta, then the thought itself or the quality of thought also would become much better. So as we deepen our studies with Vedanta and we walk the talk, I'm sure that body consciousness will also weaken and go finally.
Correct. That is the whole journey. That's the whole sadhana. Yes. And then the body will be seen as body consciousness going means what? It will be seen as what it is supposed to be. It is an instrument.
It will do its work. That's what I'm saying.
It's like a car. which the consciousness is driving. That is the analogy of the Krishna driving, Krishna being the Partha Sarathi. Who is he driving? He is driving the body. The consciousness is driving the body, mind and intellect complex. No. So the body consciousness dropping means regarding the body as an instrument of consciousness for what? For lokahita, atmana mokshartam jagadhitaya. There comes the purpose of life itself. Because it has got a very important job to do, no? The body and mind. Don't dismiss. Let us not dismiss the importance of the body and mind. Because without the BMI, we are nowhere. A log of wood can't do Atmajnana. Isn't it? So the human body and mind is a very special instrument which is given to us for this sadhana. Okay, coming back to this I thought. So here there are two vrittis. I thought is a vritti. Vritti means a thought. So there are two kinds of thoughts or in the mind. One is aham vritti, I vritti. Another is idam vritti, that. So most of the thoughts is I and that. I being the subject, the false subject, mind you. I as the body-mind complex, I am the false subject. But still, right now from where I am the subject and everything else is the object. So it is called as idam vritti and aham vritti. Idam means that. Aham means I. So I am relating myself to everything, every other object. So that is the problem with the mind, because when the object changes, the thought also changes. So then comes the raga and the dvesha. I like this, I don't like that. Everything is coming because of the idam vritti, idam, that. So complicated. If you want to analyze it, lay it bare, it's more and more like surgery. It's getting very difficult. Or just drop the whole package, idam and adam, drop it, wholesale baggage you drop. There is no small I, there is no that, this and all, everything is only consciousness. You know Ramesh Balsekar, the master? His website you go, just one time. Consciousness is all there is. That is his, selling line. So beautiful. Consciousness is all there is. There is no idam, there is no aham. There's only consciousness. That's the bottom line. So, but here, according to this, to go with the shloka, can idam exist without aham? Can the object sustain without the subject? No. If I am only not there, where is the object? That is why dropping the object is difficult. Dropping the object is easy when I'm able to drop the subject itself, which is I thought. When the I thought drops, all the objects they have no adhisthana, like our Murtiji says. The magnet loses its power. The mind is the magnet. It is attracting everything. When the magnetism of the mind is removed, everything will drop on its own. So if you want to drop the objects, drop the I thought. This is the essence of this shloka. That's all. Okay. And go back to the real aham, which is I am. Only I am without all the adjectives and the embellishments. That is the real. That points to the real I. That is also not the real I. Isn't it? I am is Ishvara. Is Ishvara also a thought? Question. Is Ishvara a thought?
Yes.
Ishvara an object? Rajini is saying confidently yes. Who else is saying?
Yes.
Yes. Correct.
Yes, in the beginning it is yes.
It is. It is in the realm of Maya. It's in the realm of duality. It's in the realm of mithya. Once the Ishvara has a body called this universe, he has got the sun and the moon, Ashtangaha, Ekona Vimshati Mukaha, all that will come in Mandukya, the description of Ishvara. But everything is in the realm of duality only, no? Which is mithya. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Jagat mithya in what sense? The third line is very important. What is Brahma Satya? Jagat mithya. Jagat is mithya in what sense? Ishvara is mithya in what sense?
This is an appearance in the, this is one question which I also wanted to ask. This is an appearance in the consciousness.
Yes, that's it.
That's
It's
it.
only, Ishvara is also Brahma only. This water is Brahma, this mountain is Brahma, this thing, everything is an appearance. Ashte. Mithya in the sense.
Purnimaji, at the same tone, we even say ki Jagat, when we say it's illusion, at the same time we even say it is Brahma also.
Yes.
It is Brahman also. Why do we say that then?
You tell. Just now we have discussed what is an object.
Okay, so we say because the foundation of that is the self. Because of the self, the appearance is there. So if there is no self, there is no appearance. That is why we say appearance is also the self. Is it so?
That is correct. Correct. That is correct. Appearance is because of the self only. Because everything is consciousness is lighting up everything. That is fine. But in what sense is the Jagat mithya? Because the Jagat is made up of what?
Objects.
Names and forms. The name and form is mithya, is what we have to understand. Isn't it? The name and form is mithya, it's an appearance. The essence is satya. Sat is there. Existence is satya. Consciousness is satya. Sat chit ananda. Everything is satchit ananda. There is an object.
So when we say everything is satchit ananda, we are talking about the essence of it.
World is also Brahman. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya, Jiva, Brahmaiva Napara. Jiva is also Brahman only. How means? Everything, you split everything into Sat only, existence. Object, mobile phone, it's an object. It is Sat. And I am aware of the mobile phone, that is Chit. That's all. As name and form, it is Mithya, because it's appearing and disappearing. In my dream, in my deep sleep, there is no Jagat at all. So, that Jagat which is not in my dream, how can it be real is a question in Advaita Vedanta. That is the approach of Advaita Vedanta. That which is not in the beginning and that which is not in the end is everything that is in between is called Mithya. So, deep sleep is called as any samadhi is the ultimate when you are one with Ishvara, one with the ultimate in deep sleep. So before deep sleep, you had the dream state and the waking.
Has the video gone still?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Hello?
Yeah,
You're
now
audible now. You're
I'm
audible.
back.
now you.
Okay. So that's what, Rajni, we have to, the analogy of the three states is very important. In deep sleep, there is neither the world nor anything, right? So that's the real state. Whereas the dream state, there is something which is not there later. There's in the waking state, there is something which is not there in deep sleep, where there is only Ishvara alone. So, as a world of names and forms, it is mithya. That is what one has to understand. That's all. Very, very, it's all intellectual understanding only, because the world is not going to disappear just because I have understood it intellectually. It's there. The world is there for me. For all practical purposes, it is there. But I have to understand that it is mithya in the sense, everything is Brahman. It is just appearing as this, and this. That's all. Yes, Murtiji, you want to say something?
Ma'am, I want to ask a question here. Like Ishvara, is it by default we refer to Saguna Ishvara or Nirguna Ishvara is also possible?
4 ways you can refer to as God.
Okay.
Ishvara means God, okay? Bhagwan. 4 ways. One is your Ishta Devata. Maybe it is Krishna or Rama. The Krishna who is the son of Vasudeva, or Rama who is the son of Dasharatha. He is also God. He is God. Number 2, Krishna as the Avatara. is avatar of Narayana himself, the pure consciousness, distilled into a name and form. That is Saguna Brahma. Saguna Sakara. Saguna with Akara is another sense where you use God. The third is Saguna Nirakara, the atheist who looks at the mountains and trees and everything as God, nature as God. That is also Brahman only, Saguna Nirakara. And then there is Nirakara Nirguna Brahman. 4 ways you can talk of as whatever suits you, you take it. Your personal God, yes, he's everything for me. My Sai Baba or my, whatever, your personal, my Sadguru in the form of Sri Prabhuji, that is Bhagavan. Number 2 is the avatars like Rama, Krishna, all that. And then third is nature itself, the Vibhuti of the Lord. 4th is Nirguna Nirakara Brahm. Whatever you want, you take it.
Yes. Actually, first 3 levels, yes. 3 levels are conceptual gods, and the 4th one is the absolute God.
Yes. 4th one is the absolute. The one behind the other 3.
Yes.
Okay, so which are the next shlokas? Who is taking Anta? We'll do the prayer and then do the allocation. Okay. Om Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormam amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanembudu nanalla. Ideha manabuddhi nanalla. Satchidanandatma Shivananu nane. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.